This is like maybe the hottest topic today that I keep hearing like every day from my friends, from my community. So a lot of opportunities there. The people who will be creating assets, the people who will be creating tools to create those assets. We tried it once and it was too early. Digital painting that was sold for $69 million. Local VCs here in Silicon Valley, they pay special attention now to everything related to Metaverse.
Hi everybody, my name is Danil Kislinskiy. I'm the founder of Go Global World community, digital Silicon Valley for global founders. Well, today you can hear a lot of noise about Metaverse after Mark Zuckerberg announced his Metaverse for Facebook and changed the company name to Meta. But in reality, what it gives to entrepreneurs, what the opportunities may arise, how the business can change, what are the new business models, what exactly you need to change and how you change your mindset, what the additional or new value you can bring to your customers. To answer those questions, here with me today, my friend from Silicon Valley, Sergey Doronichev. He's not only inspired leader and entrepreneur in this topic, and he might know some trends he might not be aware of. So let's welcome Sergey Doronichev.
Sergey, welcome to our webinar. I'm really excited to have you here.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Daniel. Thank you very much for having me here. So my name is Sergey, and I'm Immersive Technology Manager here in Silicon Valley. I've been working on VR products and projects for last five and a half years already. Basically, I got super enthusiastic about this particular tech back in 2016 when companies like Microsoft, like Facebook, like HTC Vive released their incredible VR or MR headsets. And it was very difficult really to resist and to do not jump into this. So yeah, I really love this whole concept of metaverse. I know it's very controversial for many people, but it's something that I've been hearing for many years. And as a kid, even back like 30 years ago, I was dreaming about having something like this one day.
Yeah, and just for you guys, just before we started this video, we had a discussion with Sergey, like, oh, just can you imagine, like, what are the ethical problems it may bring, what ethical problems may arise? Just comparing to Facebook with privacy issues, all that. We haven't thought of this like 10 years ago. We didn't care that we can share our private information and it would be like a nightmare for us. Now it matters. Now we have people and governments putting some law into place, so protecting us. And with metaverse, I'm not sure what's coming. So, what is a metaverse, by the way?
Okay, yeah. So metaverse, it still means slightly different things for most of the people. However, like overall, the main idea behind that is the metaverse is a concept, is a vision of the way how people will interact with the digital information in the nearest future. Till now, we all interacted with the between each other remotely or with the other digital assets through 2D displays and 2D interfaces. So we were looking at the basically internet from outside. The idea of metaverse is that we will be interacting with this information while being inside. So imagine that you're inside internet, right? And you have all those 3D assets flying around you, or or you have other people's avatars. So you're kind of part of that experience, and this is what the metaverse is about.
What are the use cases of metaverse for, like private people, like just general businesses or corporations?
Mhm. Yeah, first of all, it's one of those things that kind of a natural step of digital evolution. It's not like it's something probably that we thought we need, but we're going there anyway. It's like your touch screen For example, you never thought that you probably would need touchscreen, but now you use it, right? Can you do anything completely different comparing to what you did with your mouse? I guess no, right? So, but you still start using touchscreen much more often. The same will be happening, in my opinion, with the metaverse concept. Is that will we be able to do something completely new? Yeah, for sure we will, but we will still continue doing the natural things like reading news, or interacting with the, I don't know, watching videos or something. The things that we can do, we will be able to do both in metaverse, in the 3D environment, or on 2D screens, and this will be personal choice, which will depend on the situation, on your mood, or what devices you possess at that moment. So it's not like completely new isolated environment, which will has very little to do with the nowadays lives, right? So it's just add on top of that.
And for
Yeah.
corporations, Facebook is building their metaverse, but what are the benefit for other corporations? Like, I'm sure there are some specific applications. You already mentioned me before about medical devices, some engineering. So, to me, for example, I'm dreaming to actually learn to fly, but I'm unlikely to go to the school and learn all these difficult things. Maybe actually in this environment, I would find some time at home just to pilot at Boeing 777. That would be awesome.
Yeah, so there are lots of use cases that I foresee for this. However, again, they are happening already today. So metaverse is not like a magic pill and something like completely new, right? We all already part of the digital worlds, want with this or not, right? Today, right now, we're talking to each other, but each of us, we have instances somewhere, or like on LinkedIn, and someone interacts with our digital copy of Sergey on LinkedIn right now, or some people have characters in like in MMORPG games, and they exist there, or want with this or not right now, if we're active or not. So it's one of the actually features of metaverse, that it should be persistent. So it should exist all the time, right? So talking about the particular use cases, and specifically for enterprises, the corporation starts gathering more and more data from their facilities. Especially if we talk about industrial facilities, they have those millions of sensors that in real time they send huge amount of data, most likely into the cloud or in their personal data centers. And so this digital representation of the asset, let's imagine this is like a refinery, for example, or some manufacturing facility that produces cars, and tons of the data of this information, numbers, goes directly somewhere. So you basically already have digital representation of the asset. Now, when we talk about metaverse, like people think today that this should be 3D and should be immersive, that many companies already built virtual representations of that. They call it virtual twins or digital twins of the assets. And this is the place where you can actually see in 3D your facility, your particular manufacturing plant, and you can go there in 3D and you see exactly where is this data coming from, what issues it has, what needs to be done. So again, this is just an interface of how you interact with the data you're already gathering today. And uh, many companies, they're looking at how to make these experiences more immersive, and instead of looking at this on 2D screens or 3D representations of facility, but through 2D screens, they start using various devices, like virtual reality devices or mixed reality, or like augmented reality devices. For example, here I have like a HoloLens 2 Microsoft headset of mixed reality, which allows you actually to see the real world and at the same time to see something from metaverse, right? So
That's awesome, man.
I can see a real life, real world, plus I have some 3D objects around me with which I can interact, and I can share this experience with either people who are next to me in this room, or who are can be located somewhere remotely. Yeah, and all we have these devices, like this is Oculus Quest, right,
Mhm.
produced by Meta. It's just a masterpiece, you know. It's a fully untethered standalone VR headset, so you don't really need any laptop or desktop to power it. So you can take it with you wherever you want, you know, and on a trip or wherever, right, or in the office or at home. You just put it on, and just in 5 seconds you are in your version of metaverse, right? You interacted with your friends, you're completely immersed there, and yeah, so
Look at Elon Musk technology with his brain thing, so they can actually let people accelerate their brain capabilities, and though they can connect us to metaverse right away, like so, and we will feel real in there because it's connected directly to our brain. I just realized that it's crazy. It's just gonna be crazy. This decade and next decade gonna change our lives, and the other thought I got, like it's gonna disrupt so many industries. I got a feeling, like education. Just because technology appears, our kids starting learning so quickly, and so they are so advanced with many things at their very early age. Now it can even more accelerate their advancement in their education. So it's really crazy, and it's amazing because now we shouldn't only say things; we can actually show the real thing in the in that metaverse. That's amazing because we have the audience of startup entrepreneurs, investors from around the world. What would be the opportunities or trends you see for startups?
yeah, sure. So this topic is becoming hot again, like
Yeah.
it was in 2016 when I just mentioned that VR really entered our world, our consumers' world, and lots of startups appeared on the market, and VCs were quite active in that field. Now there is a new wave of startups and ideas about how VR, AR can change our lives in the future. And definitely, I see that the local VCs here in Silicon Valley, they pay special attention now to everything related to metaverse. However, they already learned the lessons 5 years ago, and they probably realized that, okay, we tried it once and it was too early. So let's see if it actually appropriate to do right now. Yeah, so I would, encourage startups to be a little bit visionaries here, and think about new markets that will emerge uh, because of this metaverse concept. Apparently, there will be several separate platforms, separate ecosystems that would exist, like we have them today on internet, right? You have Facebook, and you have your login for Facebook. You have Google services. You have like your login for Google. You're the same person, but you participate at the same time in different, quite closed ecosystems. So most likely something similar will be happening in metaverse as well, right? So but I would encourage people to think how they can help connect those experiences for users. For example, how would you transfer your avatar from different experiences, and you will not have to recreate it 10 times, right? So today I'm going on a Spotify like VR concert of my favorite band, and I use my avatar, and I have
Mhm.
two of my friends. How can I transfer this connection, or if I want to, for example, my Meta Horizon experience, where I have those incredible worlds created by people, but I want to share them with the same people who I met on the concert, for example. How this integration between all those services will be happening. So this is one of the opportunities that needs to be solved. How the economy will work in those worlds? Will this be one single, maybe a blockchain, a cryptocurrency that will work across all those organizations, like we have real money, like for example in the US dollar, right? That allows you to buy items equally on App Store or Google Play or whatever. Yeah, or we will have separate currencies all the time. How would you transfer
Can
the?
you can you imagine what NFT can do with that? Like I just so it blows my mind. Like, what do you think about NFT and metaverse?
Yeah, this is exactly where I was going to. That how would you transfer items from one experience to another? And this is like maybe the hottest topic today that I keep hearing like every day from my friends, from my community here. Like, what do you think about NFT? Right? So what is NFT basically? NFT is like a blockchain, it's a token, right? That can certify that you possess some unique digital item. Like in real life, for example, you're buying a painting for tens of millions of dollars, and this is unique. There can be some other digital copies or real copies in real life, but you possess that unique masterpiece. The same things are happening today in digital world, and there are some crazy purchases that happened last year, like that painting that was digital painting that was sold for $69 million. It was
That's crazy.
what was it? It's like $69 million for every day's the first 5,000 days piece of art, yeah, which was created by people, yeah, the artist.
And I guess
And
he paid with Bitcoin or some cryptocurrency because I
I
just
guess,
don't know how
yeah,
to transfer so
I
much money.
actually, I actually think that the buyer was one of those cryptocurrency uh,
Okay.
person who really made a lot of money on that. So so he understood the value of this. But it's not necessary to pay tens of millions of dollars, right? Today you can already buy, for example, digital fashion items like dresses or hats or something like that, and apply them to your Instagram account, or you can even use them in any other eventually metaverse ecosystems. Yeah, like unique virtual dress that designed by someone. And today there is a platform called DressX that allows you to do that. You just go there and you can buy your unique look. Yeah, if you want this to be unique, you will have to pay extra. I saw that there are some dresses that people selling for several thousands of dollars, digital dress for several thousands of dollars, but you know that it's unique, right? Like in real life, people are ready to pay extra money for the brand. The same is happening in the digital world today. So a lot of opportunities there. The people who will be creating assets, the people who will be creating tools to create those assets, the people who will be helping community to exchange those assets between each other, like platforms for
Yeah.
sale, people who will be providing services, how to customize your avatar, customize your environments. Like this will be some new profession, like virtual designers, or who will be helping you to create some experiences in which you can make money. Imagine you are creating your own theme park in uh, in metaverse, and people will be paying to get there and to experience it at least once. Or you will create the virtual museum, yeah, with the
Yeah,
NFT.
as I told you last time about the horror VR game I played, if you if this Halloween thing and other holidays, it's a gold mine for them. They can make it so realistic. It's crazy,
Yeah,
but
I'm quite sure we will have Disneyland or something in the
yeah,
metaverse.
better than the real one.
Probably.
Um, what, in your opinion, would be different on you in business model, in new monetization ways? To me, it's clear that so much potential is opening for startups that are going to scale through metaverse because it gives global access to other people, and so we can connect together and sell together, interact together. So, what would be the monetization models, business models? And who would be buying such startups, in your opinion?
Mhm. Yeah, it's a very broad question. I like a little bit touched on this in my previous answer, that there will be definitely a place for new economy, a new type of services, and of course, new type of transactions. And what type of currency will be used, no one really knows. A lot of people talk about like blockchains and crypto, that, and probably this is where it goes, right? Some decentralized currency that people will use to buy items and pay for services in metaverse. I don't know exactly, right? So, but what I have a like, I have a feeling that this will be very much driven by users. So we will have a lot of user-generated content, and this will be led by more by individuals rather than by large corporations. Like today, we have like millions of bloggers and influencers on different social medias, like Instagram or YouTube, right, or Snapchat, and people make their real money. They make a lot of money by providing their opinion, designing and creating specific content. Imagine that now you will have the entire new universe to create very different type of content, like immersive content. And of course, people who will be creating that, they will be charging some money if they want to for this. So this will be similar model of monetization that you have today on those social medias, but in the immersive world, right? So
Yeah, so let's this new economics, new economics, you say. Let's call it metanomics. So let's copyright it by both of us.
Metacoin, yeah, meta,
Metanomics. Yeah, I put
and
it on the screen,
metacoin.
so we have a proof that we invented that. All right. So another thing I wanted to ask you, we have this, cutting edge technology of Web 3.0 and Metaverse, and there is some intersection between these technologies. Actually, VR came into play, crypto came into play, but this Web 3.0 and intersection with Metaverse gives some additional opportunities. And of course, me and you, we just on the surface of it, and nobody knows exactly where it will take us. But what do you hear in Silicon Valley? What do you feel yourself? What, and maybe you have some ideas of how it can be implemented.
Yeah, yeah. When we talk about Internet of the future, some people think a lot about decentralization of it. So no one will actually have a full control and will be able to disconnect you from that environment or control what you see or what you experience there. And for many people, and there are a lot of very appealing things about this concept. However, and of course, in terms of in the context of metaverse, people discuss this as well. How who will be controlling this metaverse? Will there be one single person, like in many futuristic movies? Yeah, who can like one day become evil and make the whole world suffer,
Yeah.
or this will belong to actual users and people, and they will control what they can do, where they can go, like we do pretty much in real life to some degree. Yeah, so a lot of discussions about that, and even I just think that if we cannot agree on if it's good or bad or how it will work, even theoretically, it's really difficult to say how it will work in real life. However, when we discuss it in the context of metaverse, we often think about that. On one hand, it's much easier to create really high level content, yeah, very, very high level quality content when you control the whole experience from the beginning till the end. Yeah, imagine that the company creates its own metaverse, right? And there are billions of users who would be part of this ecosystem. How would you control what content those people can see? And I'm not trying to limit that in a bad way. I'm just saying that there can be kids, right? And there is some content, like we discussed, that horror theme. Yeah.
Pornhub on Metaverse, it's gonna create so
Okay, so
much
if you go,
business
if you want
opportunity.
to go there, yeah. So there are certain things that you don't want your kids to see,
Yeah.
right? And how you will control it. Today, it's easy. Yeah, those companies, they have data on about yourself, basically. Your date of birth, and they can say, okay, this is inappropriate for people who are younger than 18-year-olds, for example, and that's it. They cannot access this. Yeah, this is how YouTube, right? When you watch those cartoons or whatever, and it actually tells you, okay, for whom it's appropriate. But there is a single entity that has rights to control it. If it's completely decentralized, how this will work? Will everyone be able to go wherever they want and watch whatever they want, even if they're little kids? I just I'm kind of I believe that on one hand the whole concept is very appealing to have absolute freedom. On the other hand, I'm not sure that we as the mankind and many of us as individuals are ready to have that absolute freedom in that digital world. So there should be some guidance. There should be some control on what is happening there. Yeah, so this is where I believe this decentralization concept of internet overlaps with metaverse, and no one will give you an answer right now, I guess, how it will work in the future.
Yeah, the religion comes to play with all their specifics, and I think it also can impact the development of this, because if the entire global community gets into it, it's so much to to discuss. And one final question that just came to my mind about evaluation of companies, of startups. So I remember when they started doing working on VR. It was like a trendy tech, AI trendy tech, and it was always increasing some value for the company. In your personal and professional opinion, do you think that the companies that are jumping into this space, they can raise their evaluation already because it's a trendy topic? Or what's your thought on that? What's your take on this?
I would say that they can raise their evaluation if they really have something that can add value to their customers. And here, because the difference between professional VCs and many angel investors, or people who just trying to jump there because it's kind of they heard about this and it's fancy, and that professional VCs, they are used to the fact that every like 6 months or every year you have different trends, and they've seen hundreds and thousands of the startups with promising ideas who was just trying eventually just to raise some money by using the hype about something, and you will not really fool them. So I would just suggest to think about metaverse as an opportunity to invent something really unique and valuable for users. If you have that idea in mind, if you see this opportunity, then you have quite good chances that VCs of top VC firms will actually be interested in investing in you. But I would not try just to use this hype about metaverse as a tool to raise some money. And for example, if you develop something completely different and just add say something, oh, by the way, we have AR capabilities that will be connected to metaverse eventually, and you would design, I don't know, like tires for cars, they would say like, and yeah, that's cool, but it's not about you.
And there will be the guys like this. I'm sure. Absolutely. I'm sure.
Yeah, I would just encourage people to do not afraid to take risk and try some new things here. No one really knows how this metaverse world will look like in a few years, and it's up to you guys to shape it and create it in the way that you want. So right now, you all have that opportunity. Just go ahead, come up with crazy ideas, think about how you can make this metaverse world a better place, and go ahead.
Thank you so much. That was Sergey Doronichev, Immersive Technology Manager in Silicon Valley. And everyone, use this opportunity. And of course, we're looking for your questions and looking forward to see you again. All right, Sergey, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy, say hi to your family, and look forward to chat to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.